and welcome to Ali Lives Well on Less. I'm Ali, an early retired teacher currently living on a small pension. And welcome to Foodie Friday. It's a very chilly -2 Celsius here in central Scotland, and it's just after 10:30. So I dropped Miss Luna off at daycare this morning. It's her first visit since November, so she was very excited. I actually videoed her this morning when I was telling her where she was going. And Luna, have you been a good girl? Would you like to go to daycare and see the puppies? Would you like to go and see all your friends and play with the puppies? Is that yes? Yes? We'll go in the car and go see the puppies? Yes? Yeah, I'm putting together a Luna video, just some Luna nonsense to make you smile, because I know quite a lot of you like my daft Luna. So while I have a Luna-free day, I'm going to do as much as I can, all the things I can't do while she's here. And one of them was going to 3 different supermarkets this morning. I had a very strict list and I only deviated from it once. I bought a birthday card. I've got a family birthday in January. I forgot to put that on my list. And I had beef ? On there, but I was open to seeing what reduced meat they had, and I'll show you my bargain meat joint that I got in Waitrose. So this is what £57.15 looks like. I spent just over an hour going to 3 supermarkets. Tesco, so this is the Tesco side here, and Waitrose, and Lidl. So I'll talk you through my purchases. So thank you so much if you are a regular viewer, if you're a subscriber and you comment and like my videos. It really truly is appreciated, and I thank you so much, because you are helping lots of charities, as well as putting a little bit of money into my emergency savings fund from now on, just by letting an ad or 2 run. So I know from previous videos, lots of you say that you've watched a video a few times, so that is truly appreciated, and I thank you so much for doing that. And I hope you are enjoying my new edited videos. I'm still learning, I'm still working on the sound and a couple of bits and pieces for voiceovers, but thank you so much for bearing with me just while I get my head round back using iMovie again. So I have full freezers, I have a pretty full stock cupboard, so I didn't need a lot of things, but there were a few basics I wanted to stock up on my low spend January. I know lots of you are trying to do a no spend, but quite a lot of the items I've bought today will last me well into February and maybe even beyond. So this is £57.15 worth of food and other items. There's not a lot of food. For example, I wanted to stock up on washing up liquid because I ran out over Christmas and I had to go to my little co-op and get washing up liquid. So things like that I like to keep stocked up on, especially when they are a good price. So I'll quickly run through my fridge things so that I can get them into the fridge, and then I'll talk about the rest. So I started off in Tesco. The only meat fish I had on my list was I wanted some mackerel, some smoked mackerel, and I'm going to show you what I make with that. I am currently making a what I eat in a week video, and I was aware that I haven't eaten any fish this week, and I do try to eat fish as often as I can, but it's expensive. it's expensive. So I'm going to try and stretch the mackerel into a couple of dishes, and I'll show you how to do that. So £3.80 for just under 300 grams of mackerel. So it's heading in towards luxury territory for me. The other bargain I got was some streaky bacon. I quite like streaky bacon, I don't mind it. And it was 2 for £5 with my club card, so that's quite a lot of bacon. And the date is into February, but as I've said before, bacon freezes, so if I feel I need to, I will portion it up and I will put it in the freezer. So that's two items from Tesco. I got cheese and the big family block. Cheese and yogurt from Lidl. The yogurt is for Luna's Yogi Balls, so I might have some, but this is mostly for Luna, and I will freeze batches of that to keep in the freezer because I've got none left for her Yogi Ball. And my bargain in Waitrose, I got a meat joint. Now it's 2 kilos of meat, 2 kilos of pork shoulder roast, it says on it. So it's 1.966 kilos, and it was half price-ish, so it was reduced to £6.86 for almost £4. In fact, is it £4 of pork? Now, I quite like pork, but I don't cook it because I can't cook it properly the way I like it. So what I'm going to do is this is going to go into my slow cooker, and I will decide how I'm going to season it, and I will just roast it till it's falling apart, and I will have shredded pork to put through some meals. And I know my son likes pork, so I'll divvy some up for him. I might do it barbecue style, or I might just do a sort of spicy pork, not sure. So I'm just going to pop that into the fridge along with some reduced mushrooms. Swing around and show you my fridge. It's pretty full. I've still got some 15p veg in here. That's last night's risotto. I've got some cheese scones and a few bits and bobs. So that's the last of my coleslaw. I've got a boiled egg. So there's quite a lot of stuff in there. Oh, and yes, there's some chocolate as well. Okay, so I went to Waitrose to get my organic bread flour, and they had none. I also tried to get my organic plain flour. They had none out of stock. They did have some self-raising. I've spoken before about how I don't eat a lot of wheat because I have some digestive issues, but I seem to be okay with a limited amount of organic wheat. I think it's because it's not sprayed with pesticides, but that's a whole other issue that I'm not going to go into. So I got the self-raising one, and that will work for me for quite a lot of the things that I make anyway, although I do prefer to have plain flour so that I have the option to use plain flour or self-raising flour by adding my own baking powder to it. But it's £2 for a 1.5 kilo bag, which is not bad value for organic flour where I am. Swing around a bit. Other things I stocked up on, as I said, was washing up liquid. So the Lidl washing up liquid is absolutely fine, but someone left a tip on one of my videos to say that they get some fairy because it's good for the really tough greasy stuff, and I have found that is true. That is a great tip. So the fairy gets used sparingly, the Lidl's own brand gets used liberally. So stocked up on some wipes, because it's always good to have some wipes in case your water goes off or if you're out and about, especially when you've got a mucky pup like Luna. The Tesco cheapest brand of pasta, 41 pence. I've got two packets of those. It's absolutely fine. Again, as long as I don't eat too much bread or pasta in one day, my digestive system is fine. But for 41 pence for a 500 gram bag, I found That's even cheaper than Lidl, where I am. I do splurge on toothpaste. If anyone can recommend a sensitive, own brand or cheaper toothpaste, I'm open to suggestions. But the Sensodyne was on offer with your club card, £4. So I got 2, so that was £8. That's £8. But that will last me well into March. Well into March. And I got some toothbrushes as well. £1.50 for the Colgate one, so that's 50p a toothbrush. And they do last quite well. I needed some compost bin bags for my food bin to put in my bin that the council take away. Although I will be changing the way I use my food scraps going forward when I'm doing my garden videos. I'll talk about that another time. I've got some mustard. Now I really like the French, now is it my mustard, but it was £3. And this one I think was £69. Yeah, I should really try making my own mustard. I got some Chinese 5-spice powder. I was out of that as mentioned in my stir fry video. Topped up with cayenne pepper. I use that quite a lot for things. I got my dried milk from the store cupboard. I got my Lea & Perrins because although the Lidl own brand is okay, I still prefer Lea & Perrins. I think that, did someone say Morrison's do their own version as well? So I need to try out the Morrison's one. But right now, yeah, £3. That was a splurge. But you use it sparingly. So, pineapple chunks. These are really going up in price. Tinned fruit, I've noticed, £1.10. £1.10 for some pineapple chunks. Pineapple chunks in juice, in fruit juice. And I got some more hand wash. It's handy to have. I've also got my Waitrose magazine free because I have a my Waitrose card. So I quite often have some nice articles and some good food ideas, even though it can sometimes be a little bit pricey if you're going to buy their things. So although my shopping haul doesn't have a huge amount of food, it is out of my supermarket budget, and I do include cleaning things in that as well. So first job of the day is to do a quick sort of Google and find out the best way to cook this massive pork shoulder joint. I do know some people who have a mincer. I don't, who buy pork shoulder and they turn it into sausages. I would love to have done that, but I don't have all the necessary equipment. So that's an idea. If you ever come across a shoulder joint, you could make your own sausages. But for me, that will just go in a slow cooker and it'll cook all day and it will melt down and be soft and tender, unlike my pork stroganoff, which was okay. There's still a portion in my freezer, but yeah, I'm not good at cooking pork, and that's okay. And that's where the slow cooker is brilliant. You just chuck it in, a few bits of seasoning, and it just cooks low and slow. And running a slow cooker, as you know, costs pennies rather than having an oven on. So I'm going to crack on. I'm going to try and film a few more things today with Luna out the way, and you will see a few extra videos coming up as well. So thank you if you stuck to the end of the video. I have quite a lot to do today. So I'll check in with you again on Monday and we'll have a quick update on how you're getting on with recording all your purchases if you are trying to become consciously frugal in 2025. So enjoy the rest of your day, have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you again on Monday, no doubt with Luna running around being her usual loony self. Have a fab weekend. Bye.